Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be talking about Genesis mining. 1 week in, so my opinion so far, and just going to be talking about a couple of things and what I think about Genesis itself and how I think it's an interesting concept. I will just give a bit of disclaimer before I start that there is an affiliate link in the description, so you get I think 3% off your purchase if you do go with that. But I am not linked to Genesis in any way. I've never even contacted Sport. I don't know anyone in Genesis. It's just a link you get. It gives you a discount, and I also get a little benefit from it too. And if you use it, make sure to leave your affiliate code in the description so I can try use that down the line in the future too, because I do try do that as well. So it can benefit both of us. But anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about Genesis, how profitable I think it is, and my opinion so far. So what I've put into it so far is about 2,000 US dollars. Actually, it's a bit more now, because I put in not a little bit recently, but at the very only yesterday I put in that other little bit. But for the time that we're going to be looking at for the first week, we're going to look at how profitable it has been so far and exactly how much money I've made and how much money you could potentially make with it. Um, as I always say, this isn't financial advice, this is just a discussion, and this is going to be really upfront and really honest as well, by the way. A lot of people really try to oversell this because obviously they get bonuses from the affiliate links. I'm going to go through all the flaws of this too, because there's quite a lot of things that can go wrong and quite a lot of flaws that this site has. But long term, I do think it's profitable. However, we will see how profitable it is. By the way, the only reason I threw in that $2,000, like it's quite a lot of money for me. I'm a college student, is because I made that by trading up some investments. It's not like I just had that floating around, and I just wanted to see if this was kind of a safer investment than Bitcoin, because I really hate the volatility of it, and I like the idea of getting paid out regularly, every day for uh, for your initial investment. Now, there has been issues with Genesis over the past 2 weeks. They did get hacked like a week after I purchased my contract, so that really sucks. But that happens, and in fairness, they've been pretty upfront about it. They did take a few days to kind of say exactly what was going on, but they did pay out everyone, and they have stopped paying out again for the past few days while SegWit and all that August 1st stuff happens. But I'm sure that they are gonna keep their word because of what they've done so far, and because they've said it was our fault for the hack, we'll take the losses. But that's a total other video anyway. This is just it'll be fine in the long term. Um, so I'm going to be very transparent about this. So um, trying to remember the Bitcoin mining calculator. So crypto compare, that's the one I usually go with. And then also the hash rate chart is very interesting too, because I'll explain just the basics of it in a minute, but this really influences the amount of Bitcoin you get paid out every day. So by the way, this is just for Bitcoin contracts. That's all I'm going to be talking about today. I don't actually have any Litecoin, Dash, Ether, Zcash, or Monero because they're not lifetime contracts, and I think although short term they're probably more profitable, long term, especially Litecoin and Dash with the new Antminers coming out, the Antminer L3 Plus and the Dash D3 or something like that. I'm a bit worried about the increase in the rapidly increasing hash rate on both of these, and of course Ethereum is there's a very high hash rate. It's not very profitable at the moment. As for Zcash and Monero, they're still pretty profitable, it looks like, but Bitcoin is just what I've gone with for now. I probably will invest in these at some stage too, um, depending on how things go. So anyway, we're going to just do the first 7 days, which is the 15th of July all the way up to the 21st. So the way I'm going to do this is just going to add them all together. And that gets you this amount of Bitcoin. So the current price is this. Um, Obviously, it fluctuates too, and depending on the price and hash rate and stuff. But it's mostly the hash rate. It depends on how much you get paid out of the day. But it's pretty stable. Like it does go up and down. That was the bulk payout, but that's another issue altogether. That's because they missed payments between here because of the hack, but then they paid out in bulk. So, but as I said, we're just covering the first 7 days and seeing how profitable it is. So again, be about $53. We're just gonna round it down to 53. So, um, um, so to get the return on investment, yeah, so it'll be about 38 weeks going by this. However, as I said, there is the hash rate that, like, if it's going the way it's been going, it's kind of been doubling every 6 months. So that, um, one, we'll say 15 terahash is what I had at the time. So if the difficulty is at that, uh, you won't actually get this a week. I'll explain that too, why that number is bigger. But usually with the difficulty, so we'll say this time 6 months or whatever, it could be, um, it could be. But the only thing is about that, usually it increases with the price because miners have to find this profitable too. And if Bitcoin isn't the most profitable coin, just the general consensus of miners will just go off the other coins. Like generally it has went up, but as you can see, August 2016 there was a price drop, hash rate went down, or the difficulty went down, and so did the hash rate, as you can see here. But general trend is upwards. Like as you can see, there's been some huge jumps. Even recently, there's been one or two, but it has been throughout 2017. It's been pretty stable and persistent rise. Um, it's all really price related usually. As you can see here, like um, the difficulty and hash rate, they go up with each other too. Um, but yeah, the price does usually go up with the difficulty, and so does the hash rate, obviously, because the hash rate obviously drives up the difficulty. So even if like the price, so that would mean Bitcoin could be around 4,000 by the end of the year if it's going by that. Um, Maybe 4,000. So you'd still you still be making the same amount. You'd be gaining less Bitcoin. Like you, that would mean you'd be gaining, instead of an average of like this a day, you'd be gaining this a day. But if you're gaining that a day, and you're multiplying that by 4,200, it's still the same thing as getting that a day and multiplying it by the current price, because the price goes up, and there's going to be more miners on the network. That's going to drive, well, that won't particularly drive the price up, but it'll drive difficulty up. So that means you'll get less Bitcoin for your um, initial investment, but that doesn't mean you'll get less dollars for your initial investment. So that's just something I'm trying to stress. If you want to as well find out how profitable, how much you're going to get each day, the way you can figure it out really is, so we'll say you want 10 terahashes, so that's 1,400. So we'll say if you go to, this is actually a good calculator too for working stuff out, but this one is kind of a little bit more straightforward. So you've no power consumption. So you've 10,000. So here you get 781 a day, which sounds, which is quite nice. But unfortunately, obviously, Genesis have to be profitable too, and Genesis is probably the cheapest per terahash so far. So then you do 80. So this is your kind of around what you learn minus that from 10,000 start multiply by so they charge you this much of a cent, so it's less than, it's like 100 of a cent or something like that, um, per gigahash. So 10,000 multiplied by that, so you'd be earning about $5 a day from your initial investment. So multiply that by you know um, yeah, 38 by, so that's going to be 38 weeks, 7 days in a week. So yeah, again, you'll be 38, 40 weeks, and that's assuming that the price doesn't go up. So we'll say you mine $7 a day now, um, and you earn this amount of Bitcoin, and we'll say you earn that for like 4 months, so by or even 3 months, or just say 90 days for it, you learn that much of a Bitcoin, um, and that could potentially be worth for if that could be worth, you could nearly have your return on investment if very quickly if the price of Bitcoin does go up. But long term, then you might. It depends on how the hash rate goes, but going by historic charts and going by everything historically, um, we should be fine, I think. But again, I am kind of new to this. I've done some mining before, but nothing. I haven't used Genesis before. Um, but so far, I mean, obviously the hack was a bit of a disaster. But these things happen. They've been transparent about it. They could have been a bit more transparent, don't get me wrong, but they paid out a bulk payment here. They seem to be a pretty safe company. You go onto their main website, and they have videos of their server rooms. They seem to be legit compared to some of the others. Like there's been an awful lot that have closed down. Genesis have been here 3 years. They everything here would point that they're a real company. There's been a couple of YouTubers, even like Trevon James and a few of them, who've ended up being invited to see the server rooms, and they've been in the server rooms, walked around them. I think they've six different they have six different um, data centers. Sorry, that's what I was looking for. So six different places all over Iceland, and Iceland has very cheap power costs too, so that's why they can kind of operate for cheap. But yeah, they obviously take a cut, and you get a cut, and you have initial investment too. So that makes it profitable for them, which is great, because if it's not profitable for them, they don't make money and they go bankrupt. So the fact that there does seem to be a lot of things going for them. Even like they've now cut out the middleman, and apparently they're renting. I've seen on their Twitter, they're renting Boeing 747s to fly equipment directly from um, whatever manufacturers they're using, like um, Bitmain, I think is the name. Yeah, Bitmain. So they're flying their equipment directly from their warehouses. So like, there's no middleman, there's no delays. They're really on top of their game. Obviously, even with a hack, they've still survived, which I don't know if some of these other companies could. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with this anyway. I will keep people updated, and I'll let you know how it goes. As I said, there is an affiliate link in the description, and I'll try to return the favor for anyone who does want to use that link, because obviously it benefits me, but again, I'm not affiliated with them directly. Just anyone who sets an account does get that. So I'll probably do another video too, explaining just mining itself and what it is and stuff like that, because I didn't go too much into detail. I just went into detail how the hash rate and stuff affects the price. Again, I said I'm no expert on this, but I know a little bit. And yeah, so I think that's really all I have to say. I think it's profitable. As long as you're not expecting, you know, like long term massive gains every day, like you know. But it all depends on the amount you invest too. Like a lot of people talk about reinvesting, and that's a thing that I'll probably look to do. I've already reinvested. You know, I've made, because the price of Bitcoin went up since I earned some of that. Um, I did gain probably, you know, in the first 2 to 2.5 weeks, I probably gained probably 120, $130, 140 even, I'm not too sure. And then I put some other investments along with that to get more hashing power. But the initial first week, which we discussed here, was based on the 15 terahashes. So, as I said, that's it. I don't have much more to say. Definitely do your own research on this, as always. You know, don't just take my word. There again, like there are some potential flaws, and there's no investment realistically that's risk free. I mean, even look at government bonds. You know, people talk about them being pretty like safe, but you know, a country goes bankrupt, still risk you won't get your money back. So yeah, as I said, it's not pretty much nothing ever that's risk free. But I think Genesis are doing good things, and hopefully they continue long into the future.